So here we are again, and this story I tell you today happened in Camp Amilaguari. We are in Djibouti 1988. And protagonist of the story is me, myself, and I, and Paul Bailey. Paul Bailey was a friend of mine. He was a corporal like me, and he was an Irish gentleman. He was a former member of the Irish Republican Army. Wow, a crazy guy, but I loved him. We called him Papi, and so we had a challenge to accomplish because we wanted to go out and have some drink and have some party in the nighttime, after appel. But there was 3 problems. First thing, the Police Militaire or military police was turning non-stop around the camp. They had no times, no routine. They were turning with a village jeep around the camp. Second problem was the sergeant, the sergeant of the company sergeant. He was always in ambush to find some legionnaire who goes out after the appel because he needed manpower, work power for his duties, and he needed men in jail. That's why he were always in ambush. Wow, here they are. Okay, and the third problem was the terrain, because after the camp, the first thing was he had a NATO barbed wire, 1, 2, 3, lying on the limit to the camp, and then we had a kind of gracky, steep terrain. The downhill was very dangerous because there was just after this was a kind of a rubble desert, stone desert. It was really downhill like this, really dangerous to descend there, Okay, so what we have done, we have waited until the appel was finished. Appel means a man count. They counted every legionnaire by name. Meyer here, Schulte here, Bailey here, Gast here, and then we had to go to sleep because the next day, very early in the morning, 3 o'clock, the company should wake up, descend down to Quartier Montclair to have a static line jump. Okay, and we decided to go out. What we have done is we get dressed in battle dress uniform, combat tenue de combat, because our jump tenue, static line jump tenue, because we wanted to stay outside until maybe 2:30 a.m. and then come back and then go directly to the jump, And so we get dressed in battle dress uniform. We get in our bed, covered with a blanket, and after the appel was finished, we wanted to leave the room because it was appel couché. So we could stay in bed when it was appel couché. Caporal, sometimes he spelled a name and then that was it. So after the caporal was in our room, counted his buddies, and then when he left his room, we went up, ran to a shadow, to a kind of area of shadow. Then we crossed the NATO barbed wire. It was really dangerous because it was really sharp things, and our skin was blessed here. Blood was bleeding everywhere. We were just crazy. And then the next problem: where's the military police? Where's the sergeant major or the company sergeant? We always had to have a sharp look because if they would catch us, we will finish in jail for sure. And jail, Djibouti, you don't want to be there. So after the NATO barbed wire, we descended slowly but surely the rubble desert, stone desert. On the other side, we climbed the stony desert, and there was a way. And when we reached the way, suddenly we heard a village jeep approaching, and it was a village jeep of the military police. And we lay down between the stones, and then the village jeep came, and he stopped just right in front of us. And then the motor stopped. Lights out, and then we could hear a caporal chef talking with the caporal. There were 3. It was the military police, and if they would have caught us, they would have given us a very hard time, believe us. And we heard their conversation, and they talked about that they knew that we were missing because they made a counter appel. So what means 30 minutes after the appel, they had a counter appel. Everybody out of bed, stand still, and then they counted again, and 2 were missing, me and Bailey, and that's why they sent the military police to catch us. So they were here, and I could hear the caporal chef, big caporal chef for the military. urinating just 1 meter away from me. It was a weird situation. But suddenly then, half an hour later, the police militaire drove away. Whew, nice. And then we went on our path, and our target was Sheabiba. Sheabiba was a typical Ethiopian bar with a lot of beer, with a fun party, and of course with Ethiopian ladies. That's what we wanted finally. So, and when we came to the approximatively area of Sheabiba, we looked. Where is the fucking jeep? Okay, no jeep, let's go on. We opened the door, and what happened? The whole platoon has been there already. The whole platoon has been there already. But they have been waiting until the counter appel was finished, because they knew there would be a counter appel. Nobody told us. So the next day, me and Bailey, we found ourselves in jail, and the whole platoon was laughing. So in this night, even our sergeant chef, our deputy platoon leader, Sergeant Chef Schulz, were there, and yeah, we had a nice evening, a nice party with some girls, with some beer, and 2:30 everybody reached the Camp Amilakari, get dressed again. We have been dressed already. Take our bag, our rucksack, our parachute, and then we drove away direction Montclair to have our static line day. I would say night jump, because we couldn't see something because we were heavily drunken, you know. And for us, I call it a night jump. When you jump, when you have a static line jump and you stump, even in daytime, and you are drunken, I call it night jump. So, and when the jump was over, when we came back to Camp Amilakari, me, myself, and Bailey found ourselves in jail, and the whole platoon was laughing. So this is one of the kind of adventure you live in the French Foreign Legion in my times, and I call it to cross the NATO barbed wire. I call it FAIRE LE MUR. Every legionnaire knows what it means, FAIRE LE MUR, because we are crazy. But we like it. I liked my time in the French Foreign Legion, especially when I have been a caporal. But there's a time for everything, because I was informed, a couple of days later, I was informed that I have to join the sergeant school to be an NCO, to be a future sergeant. CM1, Certificat Militaire 1. But this is another story. Amitié, Legionnaire. Yours Thomas Gast. Bye-bye. Will they catch us? No, they won't. Finally, they caught us, yeah. Okay. No bullshit, just good stuff for you.